Okay, so this is just going to be a quick one. I am in my room in South Africa, and despite being here in South Africa, I haven't forgotten about my Lent challenge, or my Lent journey, as I've renamed it. And so I just wanted to take a moment just to give you a little update on that as well. I'm not going to tell you about South Africa yet. I've got far too many thoughts and emotions and feelings going on right now about South Africa. So this is just the Lent stuff. So at the very beginning of this journey, I took some time to look at some Bible verses, which I told you I was going to do. And I think I also said that one of them that I had been really sort of upset by was the one that, and I can't remember it, and I'm afraid I've not got my Bible to hand right now. It was one that basically said, if bad words are coming out of your mouth, then what does that suggest about the state of your heart? And I had felt really upset to think that all these things were coming out of my mouth that were really not good, and I didn't really want to have to look at what that meant about my heart. That was one of the most difficult parts of this journey. But on our way out here, we had the most horrendous journey. It took 36 hours, 2 flight delays, 1 missed flight. We just were tearing around. We had to buy a new flight. We'd not slept. We'd been up since 4:30 in the morning. It was a hard journey. And in the middle of it all, as we were going from one flight desk to the next flight desk, with people just saying, computer says no, we're not going to give you another flight, you have to buy another one. Rob just turned to me and jokingly he laughed and he said, if you're going to swear, now's a good time to do it. And I totally got what he meant. You know, it's one of those situations when there's just that frustration, and actually, yeah, in days gone by, that would have been a moment when I really would have probably been swearing pretty badly, let's face it. And actually, I was really taken aback because I am the emotional one, I'm the panicker, I'm the worrier, I'm the one who gets flustered in situations like that. I was totally calm. I didn't get upset, I didn't get stressed. I was hot and bothered, but I wasn't sort of in an emotional state of any kind. And it didn't even occur to me to swear. I mean, just nothing about the situation got me into that state of mind or that frame of mind. And I just suddenly thought, wow, I think maybe the state of my heart is changing. For that not to have been the first reaction that I had, when it definitely would have been just a few months ago, or probably just 5 weeks ago. And it was a really joyous moment. I couldn't believe that I'm beginning to see, a change in that way, and it made me feel really excited that by kind of being obedient to this challenge, I'm seeing the benefits in my life, and that's just made me really happy. So I just feel really encouraged to keep on going with it. And this week hasn't really been about, thinking too much about bad language, because I've obviously been thinking about so many other things here. But at the same time, there have been moments, I guess, emotional moments when I felt sad, and also just being around a lot of other people. I don't really know why that would make a difference. No one else has been swearing, but just sort of certain circumstances and brushing up against people when actually maybe something might slip out. And I have definitely caught myself a couple of times and not done. So that's also really good, because I think in an emotional situation, particularly like the one we're in right now, it would be easy actually to go back on this kind of journey. So I'm pleased that I haven't done. And I can quite happily say, completely honestly, I have given up bad language 100%. It's definitely been a good few weeks now since anything slipped out, and that's great. And so I just feel really encouraged to say to you, if you are on your own Lent journey or just struggling with something that bothers you about yourself, if you stick with it, God really does answer those prayers. And I think it's not just answering the prayer, I think it's the obedience. That's something I've really noticed recently, that God calls us to be obedient, and to follow his word and to follow his laws. And actually by following this and being obedient in this way, I've seen him move closer, and I've seen him change my life, even if it's just in a small way. And actually it's bigger than that. I think it's actually in quite a big way. So I'm going to go because my room is boiling. I've had to turn the fan off just to try and do this. It's about 30 degrees. The humidity is off the charts, so I'm going to have to go. And it's not that much shorter than usual, sorry. But I hope you're all well, and you will catch up with me again sometime soon, I'm sure. Bye.